All right. Let me see if I can get some people on. Hopefully I'll do just a minute long rant. I don't want to be too serious and too quick. I'll wait for, but now is not the time to keep fighting amongst each other. Now's not the time to talk about bullshit. Let's get together and let's fight net neutrality so we can continue to talk about bullshit and fight amongst each other afterwards. December 14th, that's the vote. So, anyway, that's my and Fly, if you can edit this like 2-3 minute rant. I really honestly don't know how to do that yet. I don't even know how to plug in my own goddamn speakers. I drink your milkshake. But, there are enough people out there that are willing to do the work. Yeah, I've heard that a lot lately. Well, that arbitration case, it's a piece of cake to write it. Eight hours later, I'm like, well, you can show me how to, raise the chickens, to lay the eggs, to make the flour by scratch. I'm a tenacious motherfucker. You're not getting rid of me. Obviously, I don't care about how I look. So, my mom raises chickens. She did ducks too. She's she's an old lady, and the chickens are like pecking her legs, and she's getting all messed up feet, and she's like, I don't care, I want my eggs. And there's that's another thing. City ordinances against raising chickens. City ordinances about gardens. City ordinances about collecting rainwater. Yeah, I think I can recognize a cock when I see one. I don't need to go to a Japanese college so that I can figure out which chicken is female and which is male. No, I'm joking, but I'm sure you're serious about that. Jesus Christ, they made six figures in the 80s. And why not? Meanwhile, the Green Party is identifying cocks all across the United States of America, and they're not getting that much money. Yeah, I'm getting an attitude. I'm starting to get pissed off. Yep. I need to go to Japan and go, that's a chicken, that's a rooster. That's a chicken, that's a rooster. Give me my $215,000 so I can pay off my student loan in 3 years. 1 minute to 420. That's all I wanted to do. Oh, Dreamweaver, I can have to take me through the night. Oh, Dreamweaver, I can take the morning light. Dreamweaver, weaver, weaver. My clock is slow, I guess. My clock is slow. Got it bad, got it bad. Hot 420. 420. Fight the power. Fight the power that be. What? Fight the power. Fight the power that be. 420. Oh. Cops are going to come to my door. I have a cold and I've been drinking a lot of Pepsi. I am not a cocaine addict. I'm a Coca addict. Or whatever. A Coca-Cola addict. Well. But that was my rant. That is the fight. That is what everyone should be talking about. Not who's grabbing whose vagina. Let the cops and the lawyers and all that shit, let them figure that out. Amy's a lawyer, but you can't say her profession, 'cause she might get in trouble if you know what she does. Yeah, I know. I wonder, Graham had to say Amy's name like 12 times because she donated $12, but she did it like $1 at a time. Like, Amy Majora, 50-cent donation, thank you. Yeah. The lawyers in the room know how to get their name out there. No, he was too busy. The can is open. I think everybody's asleep. Stevie, where are you? I do 420 a lot for you. Yeah, I did. 420 in the neighborhood. Ba-da-da-da. Oh, I can sing. 303 is a magic number. Yeah, it is. It's a magic number. Faith and hope. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. I gotta get the lyrics. I knew that damn song. Stevie's in Discord, and I've got an attitude. Type the link in here. We need magic number. Faith and hope. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. I gotta get the lyrics. I knew that damn song. Stevie's in Discord, and I've got an attitude. Type the link in here. We need the Stephanie Kings. Sorry, I said your real name. The Stevie Kings of the universe to come out here and fight. So I think she got on and then she dropped off because I said her real name. We need more fighters. Every single one of them. I don't give a shit if you got an ego. I don't care if you shit your pants. I don't care. Okay, well, I kind of care about that one. Clean up afterwards. But, you know, you smell a little bit. We need fighters. The channeling. Hey, Stevie. You ready to fight with me, Stevie? I got 3 Pepsis in me and I have an attitude because I spent six goddamn hours trying to fix the computer. Verizon, net neutrality. Fuck Verizon. Fuck Google too. And AT&T and that Time Warner merger, you know that's bullshit too. My cat is willing to join in the fight. I'm trying to get people on to interview. You missed it again, young lady. You are tardy, but because you're a special friend, I drank your milkshake. 420. Al Franken should not have done what he did. Al Franken should step down. Al Franken should resign. As should Donald Trump be thrown in jail for the bullshit he did, sexual harassment wise, and Bill Clinton should be thrown in jail for what he did, and Roy Moore should be thrown in jail for what he did. However, people who are trying to take Al Franken down, they're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it because Al Franken was actually not playing ball and fighting for, thank you, Joe, net neutrality. He was trying to do the right thing. And he's getting thrown to the wolves for it. Although there's a reason. So people are getting shut down. And it's getting to the point where guys don't know what the hell to do. You know, it's like, hey Stevie, how you doing? Oh, he raised his hand to me. Oh, he's looking at me. He's not looking at me. He's looking in my eyes. He's staring at me. He's not looking in my eyes. He's staring at my boobs. Where are we supposed to look? That's all guys want to know. What are the rules? Where are we doing? Where are we going? There are no sides anymore. Each side has certain goals. I don't know. There's pretty much one side. There's the Coke side, and and then there everybody else on the other side. But everybody has their own little thing that they're worried about, and we're not organized. It took the Kochs since 1980 to do what they're doing, and now they're reaping the rewards like mad, and we don't know what to do because we haven't been organized at all, ever. Which one's that? I reached my goal. I get high. Burn it down. Oh, that. Oh, that's their goal. We do it to ourselves. You know. Oh, Dave likes that one. He's this. Anyone who says Stevie King is a this, Joe Cicada is a that, Fly, whatever the hell your last name, is a that. That right there, when people try to define you, that's the problem. And people point. Only time you should point is when you're doing disco music. Or when you're giving directions, go down the block. So, and by the way, the other thing, oh yeah, I figured that one out a while ago. And that whole thing, the Republicans are crumbling, the Democrats are crumbling. Not really. Yeah, that's the problem. And this whole fucking thing with all these individual guys doing live streams and all that, every single one of us should be connecting with the other and stop this bullshit about going after different this whole news personality versus news personality crap. It's retarded. It's stupid. It's a diversion. Okay. I don't like Kelly. She's a poopy head. I don't like Dave. He's a dingleberry. Who gives a fuck? Lead follower, get out of the fucking way. And that's what I meant by I'm starting to talk like Tim, because he says that too. And Tim might be a blowhard, but he's smarter than a lot of people think. And Jamal may talk in esoteric stuff and say the word orgy way too many times in the past week, but he's a pretty smart guy too. What is virtue signaling? Oh, okay, yeah. And here's another thing. We are, every single one of us, in one way or another, are sexual animals. All right? Every single one of us. And every single one of us, pretty much, unless we're a nun, we have listened to a song with explicit lyrics and danced to it or laughed to it or whatever. Blurred Lines, all these freaking songs. Oh, that's cute. Listen to some songs. How many people have not watched porn? There are people out there that don't watch porn, but I ain't one of them. Or watch horror movies or whatever. Or say, hey, that dude's hot with his shirt off. That girl looks hot naked. Whatever. It's a natural thing. Now, when you get beyond that and you start, the physical thing, yeah, of course. The harassment, groping, and all of that, yeah. But there is something called just cause. Everyone should have the exact same rules. Okay? You go after Roy Moore, you go after Al Franken, you go after Bill Clinton, you go after Donald Trump. Hell, you go after John F. Kennedy if he did anything. Tell me he wasn't a womanizer. So, this got a little less funny and a little more, serious. But I'm just tired of it. I'm sick of it. I really am. And there are things that I'm gonna do. And Joe, I hope you. I don't know if you're still on, or Stevie. Guys, I will be doing the Graham interview later today, talking about the stuff that I'm working on and researching and everything. But net neutrality is a fight. We enjoy what we're doing. I've enjoyed what I've been doing for the past 6 months. Yeah. If we want to continue to do this in one way or another, that's the fight. Ah! Join me and my three-legged cat in that fight. And the two people that are watching. Because people like me, James, Stevie, Fly, even even Jamal. God damn, the cat's against me. God damn it. Ow. Even Jamal or Tim or any of these guys, they're gonna go away. Because the money's not gonna be in it. The cat's with the man. Stevie, how am I doing? We might have to do a live stream together before December 14th. Because it may be too late by that point. It's just, it's pissing me off. It's just pissing me off. The military's been poisoning our water for fucking decades on Long Island. No. We do not gnaw on our kitty. Fuck. I have the light of truth behind me. And I'm sorry if I'm doing a little, mono-talking and monologuing, but I had to get it out of my system. Kitty! I'm crushing her head. I'm crushing her head. Ugh. It's not that squee when ear juice gets on me. God. But that's my deal. And Stevie, hang in there. I swear to God, my channel's coming. When I have a channel, I'm going to try to give equal opportunity to everybody. Chad, Amy, they'll get their voice. Kevin, you'll get your voice. But when I tell you to hush and let other people speak, you're going to have to do it, or you're going to have to go, and I don't care. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. This is not. Stevie, you still there? Because I got an announcement for you. I don't know if you heard it, and I don't want James to take complete credit for this. This week I'm going to join the Green Party. It's not a shock, but it makes no sense for me not to. Makes no sense at all. And I was gonna do it before, but I wanted to wait. But when I got online and I started to talk to guys like Eric and Darlene and Pauline, I started to say the words "our party," "my party," "our party." We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Once you start doing that, it's like you just got to make it official. So, well, here's what I'd love for you to do, Stevie. I want to see what I can do to help you and anyone else create a real, honest to God Green Party in West Virginia and not call it the Mountain Party. And just, you are who you are. And if you don't like it, we don't give a fuck. Because you really think you're going to lose that many people who are already in that party? The Green Party has to stop being afraid and stop worrying about their damn name. Yeah. Yeah. And I would help you do that. Darlene already, I kind of word vomited all over her because she was like, yeah, let me know how you think. And I was like, blah. And I didn't realize she was the co-chair of the entire fucking party. So I probably would have held back a little bit. But, each state has... Jesus Christ, look at my hair. Look at that shit. Yeah. People don't like half-assed generic shit. You like that? I'm going to start owning that shit. Kind of like Bernie. Or a Strahan with his gap tooth. Like, just don't fucking comb it. Let my crazy ass beard go. And Neoliberal Bot, I will be watching your video too. That guy's got a crazy ass cool beard. But as I said with Fly, there's a caveat, and any third party gets enough power, boom. They have to move fast before being corrupted, and you have to fight tooth and fucking nail to make sure. That's part of the reason why the Green Party's so wary, because they're getting all these Bernie guys. And there's one bit of information that Eric Ryberg gave me that I didn't previously know that fit the puzzle. And that is the fact that Bernie has always been Bernie. And Bernie's always used the fact that he's been in government for 40 years as a selling point, but, pardon me, something to be said for that as being a negative. You only stay in there for so long if you've been playing ball for that long, and they allow you to say all the things that you say and not really co-sponsor bills or sponsor bills that are going to push shit through. And the only time that you are pushing bills that are quote-unquote progressive are during times in which you know the shit ain't going to get passed. So I'm starting to realize he's controlled opposition, especially given the fact that back in 1992 he did not back Nader. I mean, he's saying the right things. It's the same deal as Elizabeth Warren. She also has controlled opposition. Yeah. Yep. I actually didn't hear her speaking about it. But here is the thing. How do you fight that? How do you fight against that? For anyone to think that Elizabeth Warren has ever been on the outside. She's a fucking Harvard professor. You know, how do you fight that image of being elite when you're fucking elite? You are who you are. This anti-corporate message brought to you by Pepsi. Yeah, it's true. But not really. I don't know. I say scrap the whole fucking thing. The whole thing. Yeah, Elizabeth Warren is an insider. And every single state senator or ex-senator or ex-House of Rep, they have had to be on the inside at some point. Nina Turner, I don't know if she was in for one term. She's a possibility, but any career politician, Tulsi too. You know, if you are an issue, no, I understand that. The ironic thing is that the perfect candidates, the perfect politicians are those who do not last, because they are the ones that are issue oriented or limited. They are the ones that believe in term limits. They are the true independents. If you take a look, I'd have to look back a little while ago, back in the summer. There were two Australians who, because they had violated a rule that they weren't aware of, they resigned. That would never happen in the United States. Never. That would never happen in the United States. And Jesse Ventura, he said he was going to serve the amount of time that he served. He served one term. He, for the best, to the best of my knowledge, pretty much did what he said he was going to do, and he got out. So, yeah. Well, here's another question I have for the Green Party. We finally get a guy in. We finally get a Green Party person in. We have a couple of people who just switched to the Green Party who are already in Maine. And see, I'm saying we again. Now Maine has 2 reps, to the best of my knowledge, who are Greens. Is the Green Party willing to give those politicians who just got in term limits? Because they just got a little taste of power. Are they willing to put their money where the mouth is and give those people term limits? As my cat destroys my house. What? What are you doing? I'm gonna give my cat term limits so she doesn't destroy my room. Hold on. Look at that. What the hell are you eating? Stop. Ooh. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think they do. They push for term limits. I looked at their bylaws. I didn't see anything in there about term limits. I'd have to look. They did talk about term limits, or in the Green New Deal, they talk about corruption and, I think, actually, let me take a look at that. But that's going to be a tough thing. You finally get guys in, like, okay, you're only in for 2 terms. What the fuck? Right. Well, Stevie, that's kind of like gun regulations. The gun regulations are only hurting the people that follow the rules. So term limits are only going to hurt the people who are following the rules and who are not corrupt, because they're limiting themselves. So, and that's the problem. All right, let me see here. Okay. The 4 pillars of the Green New Deal: Economic Bill of Rights, Green Transition, Real Financial Reform, a functioning democracy. Stevie, I don't know that one. How long's Manchin been in? I'm going to read the Pillar 4 of the Green New Deal. So, And once I get Zoom going on, this will be a lot easier. Actually, I'm just going to read it. It's kind of stupid. You can't even see it. And the if you can, if this is on YouTube, let me see. I'll post a link in chat actually, because this is relatively important. Okay, I just posted a link to the Green New Deal. Yeah, Manchin has been... Well, I would think that before he was even elected, he was a corporate scumbag anyway, so he had power. So, I say ban all mansions. Not actually big, luxurious houses, just manchins. So, pillar number 4. Jesus Christ. Pillar number 4, a functioning democracy. We won't get vital reforms without a fourth and final set of reforms to give us a real functioning democracy. Just as we are replacing the old economy with a new one, we will need a new politics. That's bad grammar. Sorry, Greens. To restore the promise of American democracy. The new Green Deal will, 1, revoke corporate personhood, which is perfect. You know, that's the whole Citizens United thing. By amending our Constitution. It doesn't need to be amended. I thought that was already in there. To make clear that corporations are not persons and money is not speech. I don't know what that... Well, YouTube is evil. That brought to you by a video on YouTube. Oh, really? So the day after Thanksgiving, before I read the rest of this, the day after Thanksgiving, I went to basically an Occupy store, a donation bank right outside of Walmart, and they do a Black Friday free store right outside of a local Walmart. And as I got there, the cops were shutting them down. Good Lord. Number 2, protect our right to vote by supporting Representative Jesse Jackson Jr.'s proposed right to vote amendment to clarify to the Supreme Court that yes, we do have a constitutional right to vote, which apparently we don't have that in the Constitution, which is another thing I did not know. So it is not in the Constitution that each person has a right to vote. I thought that was in there. I just learned something. Put in fuck gun, says that. Fuck guns to hell. You'll get some interesting search results, I'm sure. Number 3. Enact the vote. Don't look at any of the images or the videos. Number 3. Enact the Voter Bill of Rights that will guarantee us a voter-marked paper ballot. Require that all votes are counted before election results are released. Replace partisan oversight of elections with nonpartisan. I knew I picked the right people. With nonpartisan election commissions. Celebrate our democratic aspirations by making Election Day a national holiday. Okay, that actually makes sense. I agree with that too. Because people need to take that day off so they can fucking vote. And you can't block the lines. Hillary and Bill, you jackasses. Bring simplified, safe, same-day voter registration to the nation so that no qualified voter is barred from the polls. Do away with so-called winner-take-all election, in which the winner does not have the support of the most voters. Replace that system with instant runoff voting and proportional representation. Okay, well, that's, I don't know. I would have to go more into that because supposedly the electoral college is supposed to be proportional representation, but then you get into, you're talking about is winning by the most votes in the country, is that proportional representation? I don't know. I'd have to replace big money control of election campaigns with full public financing and free and equal access to the airwaves. Right fucking there. It's in the Green New Deal. Why they're not, attacking the attack on net neutrality any harder than they are. Guarantee equal access to the ballot. There we go. Abolish the electoral college and implement direct election, which again, you get into that whole argument that, well, then, we would just dump in California and New York. That would be the argument there. Restore the vote tax offenders. Again, I'm not sure. Who have paid their debt to society. So we're talking, I can work with that. Convicted, felons and child rapists and shit. No, never. Enact statehood for DC. I'm with all of this. Number 4. Ow! God damn it, cat. Create a corporation for economic democracy, a new federal corporation like the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which has been demolished, to provide publicity, training, education, and direct financing for cooperative development and for democratic reforms, to make government agencies, fire associations, and business enterprises more participatory. 6. Strengthen media democracy by expanding federal support for locally owned broadcast media and local print media, which obviously is not going to happen right now. 7. Protect personal liberty and freedoms. Repeal the Patriot Act, prohibiting the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI with conspiring with local police forces to suppress freedoms and assembly of speech. Ending war on immigrants. Ending secure communities program, which I don't know what that is. And number 8, rein in the military-industrial complex. Reducing military spending by 50%, restoring the National Guard, creating a new round of nuclear disarmament initiatives. I would have to ask about term limits and how they feel about it, because I would understand why they would be, right now, why they would be against it. Because you get a really popular green in there, and then they have to step down. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do some once I get my Zoom on. Once I get my Zoom on, it sounds like a freaking drug phrase. Yo, man, once I get my Zoom on, once I am actually going to read through the Green New Deal, probably do four for yeah, it was. And you talk about a guy that that was FDR pushed the limits. He was trying to plug in his own guys to the Supreme Court, and you talk about somebody who was stretching the rules. Yeah. So he did a lot. He did some good things, federal programs, but some of that power went to his head too. I would have to go through that whole thing. They had to, he had to be reined in. I would think FDR might be the most powerful president. Maybe, Andrew Jackson went nuts too. But in the modern day, I'd say FDR, which is why the term limits were in. I mean, you get a president in, and he's popular enough, and he's scummy enough. I mean, Obama would still be in. Yeah. Yeah. If there is only one party that I know of that has any power whatsoever. Oh, absolutely. Franken? Flanken. Flunken. And he took out Norm Coleman. Norm Coleman was a dick. Are there any politicians that are really fighting for net neutrality? Franken's the only one that I've... Huh. Democratic senators urge FCC to prepare for net neutrality day of action. When Democrats call for a day of action, you know that's horseshit. Blah. Joseph, I'm all for free speech. You ever say Ro Khanna's name again on this? No, I'm just kidding. Ro Khanna's full of crap. If Ro Khanna is speaking against net neutrality, I'm sure he's controlled opposition. Yeah. He's pro Verizon, he's pro... Maybe I will, once it is legal, I will smoke the pot and read the WikiLeaks. Oh, I'm sure Roe's in there. Row, row, row your boat down the money stream. Why, Jesus, why does she need any more money? She's kind of like that person who can get anything they want. Hillary Clinton is like Smaug in the, Lord of the Rings trilogy, just freaking sitting her ass on a giant pile of money going, blah. I mean, why do you need any more? What do you fucking need it for? You're never going to spend the shit that you have now. Any artists out there, you draw Hillary as a freaking gold dragon. I didn't back Roe before. Why hasn't anybody... Why hasn't anybody ever read Ro Khanna's emails? To the best of my knowledge, I've never heard that stuff. Fuck the power. See what happens when you make fun of me, Gordon Gnome, as I'm trying to plug in my speakers? Fuck you all! See what you've done to me, you little troll. I've gone from structure. I think James and I pairing together will be a very interesting pairing. He's like, we must have structure. I'm like, burn it all down. Fuck it. Fuck it. Tear the wall down. Renovate this motherfucker. Why are you moving that chair? I don't think James realizes what the Green Party is. I really don't. Fight the corporate money. Brought to you by Pepsi. By the time I legitimately get over 100 subscribers, net neutrality will be done, and and I'll be shut down anyway. Well, here's the thing. Everybody's been attacking Ro Khanna, and in all honesty, I have been ignoring every single one of the Justice Democrats, except for Ro Khanna on the far, like corporate side, and Pauline Swearengin on the far people side. So all those people in the middle, I don't know that much about. I know Eben. No, I like Paula Jean. I've always. What, you mean Pauline Salati? I like Paula Jean. I'd love to actually speak with her at some point. It's not that hard to confuse you, dude. Look at me, I'm talking. What fucking wire is it? Oh shit, I didn't plug it in. Fuck. I just get injectable caffeine. I snort kratom at this point. Fuck coffee! Kratom! Kratom! I'm not energized. Should I take kratom? Of course! How that fucker has gotten away from a goddamn sex scandal is beyond me. Well, it's not beyond me because he plays ball. You know. Apparently, TYT has anti-corporate ball sack covers for only $19.95 because anyone that backs TYT has very big balls. My balls are always bouncing to the left and to the right. And if I think TYT is not corrupt, I clearly have no sight. You know what? That's possible. I don't think that Jordan Sheridan is going away. He'll probably be used as a tool, but Jordan Sheridan is a fucking fraud, and I'll tell you why. Jordan Sheridan is from Long Island, and he never covered the Bethpage plume. Never. Never. And the Bethpage plume is as big of a story as Flint, Michigan ever was, and Dapple, Dapple's a much bigger story, but it's as big of a story as Flint, Michigan, and it's been here for 40 years. I don't know how old Jordan is, but he knows about it, and he hadn't said dick about it. Fuck Jordan Sheridan. Yeah. Yeah, he's a bit of a narcissist. But I digress. How do you guys think I'm doing? I'm never obsessed with myself. How am I doing? Jay, thanks for the subscribe. Don't troll me as John Cocktoaston unless you subscribe as John Cocktoaston. Or jack me off or whatever. Or Phil McCracken. Or Just Dill. Or which one was that flying? Noel? Leon Noel? RJ, you little bastard. Oh, yeah. Garden, don't work too hard. And we're going to do a fucking stream together at some point. And most of the time when I'm on watching Jamarl, I'm so fucking high on Xanax that I don't know what the hell your argument with Jamarl is. I'm like, the fuck are they arguing about? Cannibalism. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, Tits McGee hasn't been talking to me lately. Because, nah, that won't happen. That can't happen. I gotta be careful with that shit. Um, I gotta be careful because I might get fired from the Postal Service. Yeah. Well, I'd keep you around, Red. I'd just keep you sedated and well fed. I may, in a few months, be able to talk a little bit more um, about that stuff, Gordon. Um, once I sever some ties, but I'm not gonna go too far into that. Um, you know, guess what time it is? Uh, uh, 4:20 Central Time. Oh my God, my fingernails are filthy. Look at that. Yuck. 4:20. Actually, that's postal ink. Well, you know what? Fuck it. It's 5:20 in the morning. What do you want to know, Gordon? You have a specific question about the union? Fuck them. They're not gonna really see this. Yeah. There's one specific thing that I'm really furious about. So, um, right now, every single union should be fighting for every single possible union job that they can, and they're not. Well, that's another thing. Any union that thinks that the Democratic Party is for them, they're either part of the problem or they are clueless. Yeah. Well, I was gonna do I was gonna do something with Broken Carpenter, and if he heals and if he's around and if he's willing to do it still, I don't know if I don't know what the deal is, but if he's willing to do it, I'd be more than happy because he's more knowledgeable than me in some ways. Um, I don't know that much about trade unions, and I don't know about that much about private unions. At least not as much as he does. Or if in the next year or two, um, bye Stevie. Probably gonna be going within the next half hour. Um, maybe Howie Hawkins. Talk to him. I've spoken to him a couple of times. Gonna be a good day, and ain't nobody gonna cry today, and ain't nobody gonna die today. Save the drama box for another day. It's gonna be a good day, good day, good. Fucking cat. Like ripped the shit out of my room. Yeah. I have something that I'm kind of dying to talk about, but I can't. It's kind of killing me that I can't. I'm pretty furious about it, and you know, so no, it's not. I can't. I can't. Maybe in private. Well, you were gonna do the like the first 5 minutes, like the net neutrality. Net neutrality is the thing. Um, and it is, because anyone that has the balls to talk about anything, you know, uh, yeah. No, I know. I know. I won't. Not now, because I. It's not really that I'm gonna get in trouble for it, but yeah, it's not good for the overall morale. Because somebody might see it and all hell would break loose. So, but I'm not happy right now. I'm trying to hide behind the light. I'm being eaten. You know, I was thinking about giving somebody a Christmas present, someone that really, someone in our circles, but as a YouTuber that loves science fiction. I think that the most relevant science fiction movie right this second, and that's been relevant for a long time, is The Man Who Fell to Earth. Oh, I'm giving him a gift right now. I'm the gift that keeps giving. Hold on. Imagine that. My phone just started to die. My phone was like, no. Well, Fly, you're welcome. Hold on. Or at least 5 hours. This one guy, I was trying to. I use this to to YouTube and bullshit and all that, but I've been using the live streaming through my phone to show Fly how to what the hell's going on with the computer and what the fuck. And this guy was trolling me and saying that I looked like I've been jerking off for 5 hours. I was like, just 5? So, yeah, we actually did. Gordon, here's what the problem was. We had it plugged in here. We had it plugged in here. Fuck. The motherfucker was supposed to be plugged in here. Yeah, and Skype is the devil. I thought Fly was going to kill somebody. And then Google Hangouts, alerted the police, and the cops came to Fly's warehouse door or whatever the fuck, and you know, it was a party. Then H.A. and George Webb. I have to change my phone number. They're on to me. And that guy actually was George Webb. At the same time, your groin's in your throat. No wonder you're cranky. No wonder you... Let me clear my throat. What is it? Growing solar plexus. Well, hold on. Ankles, knees, growing, solar plex, eyes. And right in here. Yeah. Can you tell I lived in Chicago? If I ever become a thing, you guys should do a meme of the... You should do the meme of the many hairstyles of Dave. There's the side whack. There's the antenna. There's a whatever the fuck this is. This is slick back Mo. I'm starting to wind down. I was political for about an hour and a half. That's about as, you know. I took off today. I took off today. I wasn't gonna work. I used the Graham interview as an excuse. Fuck that. I wasn't gonna work for the United States Postal Service on fucking Cyber Monday. It's a night fucking mare. Because people have already bought their shit. Yeah. Well, Cyber Tuesday sucks too, but I'm not off. Cyber fucking Monday. Hold on. There is no horror in the United States Postal Service like Cyber Monday. Yeah, I know what you mean with that too. Should I mention a few years ago when our plant manager backed up 40 trailers of mail and tried to hide it? Yeah, I guess you missed that. Guy got in serious shit. The plant manager hid during the holidays between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, there's a lot of stories like that. 40 trailers full of mail. And most of it was like what's called dead mail or exceptions mail. There are a lot of those guys. Well, it's not even. That's the thing, though. Some of it might be laziness. Um, when that that kind of thing started to escalate when we had delivery points and when they started adding more stops to the route and people got crazy and they were freaking out trying to get all the mail delivered, and they would just start backing it up and backing it up and backing it up. I mean, there were some guys that have like their whole garage full of fucking papers, or dumping papers in in a wastebasket or in a in the blue bins. Jesus Christ. Was it like all sorts of shit, like packages, or was it just like newspapers? In all honesty, I don't buy that either. Jesus Christ. That's what fucking kills me. There is a policy that postal management and postal police will they'll know somebody's taking stuff. Yeah. And what they do, they allow them to destroy enough to where it will become a larger crime. So they're putting people's mail at risk, and they're fucking with the security of the mail, which is supposed to be, there's supposed to be sanctity of mail. You'll have somebody stealing. They know that this person is stealing. They will allow them to continue to steal until they get over a certain amount. I think it's either 5 or 10,000. I always forget. So that it becomes. God help us if that's true. Once it becomes grand larceny, that's when the postal police swipe in or come in. There was a couple years ago, a group of guys got busted with stealing medical marijuana one fucking night, $270,000 worth of pot. They'd been doing it for at least 5 or 6 months. No, it is an amazing system, but there's also an amazing amount of graft and an amazing amount of loss too. I don't even know how much the stamps are at this point. I mean, the forever stamp is a very good idea. But the Postal Service is also being ripped apart. Just so you know. It's being attacked like everything else. Jobs are being eliminated slowly but surely. Yes and no. The United States Postal Service. The United States Postal Service should have locked it down when FedEx and UPS um, when they started moving in. And I'm not talking about monopolizing delivery, but they could have done certain things to, and they didn't. The mailbox should be that is for the Postal Service. I think it's now at 49, but I mean, I know what you're saying. To ship a package, priority mail for $4 or for $5. That's another thing that people don't give the labor force credit for. You can shove 50 pounds worth of crap in like a tiny box, and it kills us because it's harder to lift, and it's the same price. As long as the box stays intact, you're good. And technically, you're not supposed to tape it, but a lot of times they do. So. We'll discuss that. The NALC, or the letter carrier union, is very strong because they need. Someone has a confession. What's your conflict? Yeah. You're a former porn star? Yeah, that makes sense. I thought you were a big dick. Fly was a cobbler. Peach or cherry? Or apple? Fly was an apple cobbler. Peach cobbler? What, are you fucking kidding me, Gordon? Oh, okay. I thought you were asking what it was. Fly's a peach cobbler. I got plenty of Ready Whip in there for all the pie that we were eating. Pie. You see, when I just talk about Doritos and shit, I get like seven thumbs. When I'm talking politics, I only get 3. It is a useful trade. Yeah. I'm about to throw out my shoes too, sorry. Alright. I gotta go. I was saying that I was gonna fight Verizon, and I'm falling right into their trap by having like a 2-hour fucking, live stream. I gotta see what my usage is. So I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys later. And it was a pleasure. I may not do one of these for a long time, So, peace. Take it easy. Night.